Welcome to Beyond the Business, the podcast for high-achieving men who've built extraordinary careers and are now asking, what comes after the exit? Whether you've sold the company, stepped out of the spotlight, or are simply planning your next move, this show is for the man ready to live with intention. We explore how to thrive in your 60s, 70s, and beyond through candid conversations on health, relationships, reinvention, legacy, and purpose. Because when the business card is gone, you're not done. You're just getting started. This is Beyond the Business. What comes after the exit?
Why burnout doesn't end when you sell the business. Most people believe that once they sell their company or step away from the grind, their body will finally relax. But here's the surprising truth. Burnout doesn't vanish with an exit. It lingers physically, mentally, even cellularly. And if you've ever wondered why you still feel exhausted, foggy, or unmotivated months or years after leaving the boardroom, it's not just in your head. It's biology. Today, I want to explain why, and most importantly, what you can do about it. Steve's experience plus client parallels. I know this personally. After 20 plus years as a CEO, building a business from the ground up, I thought selling would give me freedom. And it did in one sense. But my body told a different story. I was still waking up tired, still carrying stress in my chest. Still lying awake at 3 a.m. And when I began working with other high-performing men and women, executives, entrepreneurs, wealth creators, I realized the pattern was universal. Burnout doesn't clock out just because you do. One of our clients, let's call him Greg, sold his company at 61. He imagined golf, travel, and mentoring startups. But 6 months later, he told me, Steve, I feel worse now than when I was working 70 hours a week. He wasn't lazy. He was biologically burned out. Why burnout persists. 1. The cortisol loop. Years of high stress keep cortisol elevated. Post-exit, levels don't reset automatically. Cortisol dysregulation fatigue, belly fat, poor sleep, mood swings. 2. Mitochondrial wear and tear. Burnout literally burns out your cell's power plants. Reduced energy production equals chronic exhaustion, even at rest. 3. Neuroplasticity and survival mode. Brain adapts to stress hypervigilant, restless, difficulty shutting off. Post-exit, this creates insomnia and irritability. 4. Hormonal shifts after 45. Testosterone, thyroid, estrogen changes amplify the effects of long-term stress. Results: weight gain, brain fog, low drive. Five, invisible inflammation. Decades of late nights, poor diet, travel, alcohol at events leave microinflammation in vessels, gut, and brain. Symptoms: joint pain, fog, slower recovery. So if you feel like you're dragging yourself through the day after a lifetime of peak performance, it's not weakness. It's the residue of high achievement biology. And unless you address it, It won't magically fade after the exit.
If you're a man over 60, let me ask you this. When was the last time you got a truly personalized look at your health? Not a rushed physical, not a "you're fine" from a 5-minute appointment. I mean real data, real insight into what's driving your energy, your sleep, your focus, and your future. That's exactly what the Tiger Health Assessment delivers. It's a concierge-level diagnostic experience designed specifically for high-performing men in this next season of life. You'll walk away with a complete health blueprint and a clear path to more energy, more clarity, and more years doing what you love. Visit tigerhealthassessment.com and take the first step toward your strongest chapter yet. Now back to the episode.
The myth of normal aging. But let's be clear, exhaustion isn't normal. Brain fog isn't normal. Waking up at 3 a.m. every night isn't normal. Those are signs of unaddressed dysfunction. Think of your nervous system like the operating system of a computer. If you ran it at full throttle for 20 years, never shut it down, always multitasked, it wouldn't matter if you finally closed the spreadsheets. The OS is still corrupted. You need a reboot, not a vacation. And that's where legacy-driven leaders like you face a choice. Accept decline as just aging, or take the same proactive, strategic approach to your health that you did with your business. Tiger Solution. At Tiger Medical, we specialize in helping men and women who've exited or are exiting their business reset from burnout and optimize for their next chapter. It starts with the Tiger Health Assessment, a comprehensive lab panel that looks at what traditional medicine misses: cortisol, hormones, inflammation, metabolic function, cognitive risk factors. Then, you sit down 1:1 with one of our professionals who explains the data in plain English and builds a blueprint for reclaiming your energy, your sleep, and your clarity. And for those ready to go deeper, we offer Tiger Activate, a full-year program where a physician and coach walk with you month by month to restore your biology, reset your habits, and build long-term vitality. Because here's the truth, you didn't work this hard to feel exhausted in your 50s or 60s. Your family, your mission, your legacy deserve more than a body running on fumes. Imagine waking up after 8 hours of deep rest, clear, strong, and energized. Imagine mentoring the next generation with focus and creativity, traveling without fatigue, being fully present with your spouse and grandkids. That's not a fantasy, it's biology optimized. So if you're feeling the weight of burnout, don't wait for a health crisis to force your hand. Take the first proactive step. www.tigerhealthassessment.com and book your $497 Tiger Health Assessment today. You mastered your business. Now it's time to master your health.
If today's conversation sparked something in you, share it with a fellow founder, leader, or friend who's navigating life after the exit. And if you're ready to design your next chapter with clarity, health, and purpose, this is just the beginning. Subscribe now, leave a review, and be sure to tune in next week as we explore what it means to thrive when the business card is gone. Until then, keep building a life that matters.